So hi there, I trust that you are doing so very well. This is Ansem, your happiest HR, and I'm here again. Today I'm going to have to tell you about a dream that I've had, and I'm going to have to use the sequences of that dream to build the next teachings, the next sharing line for us. As the themes in the dreams are very practical to modern days. I am not going to go into the full details of the dream, but shortly that is it. So there was an election in the US, and then I came in, presented myself for candidateship, and I won the election, and I had to make a speech. Now, while I was standing there, a passerby lady came and told me that I needed to go back to get a different shirt to wear. And so for me to get that shirt, I had to go back to where I had to go through to ASDA and then get the manager to get the shirt. Now, the circumstances of the dream, and definitely I am not a US citizen. I'm not planning to become a US citizen. I don't have a dream, an American dream of becoming a US citizen. So this is what's happening in the dream world, isn't it? But the key lessons and messages to the dreams is what me I gathered, and I'm going to have to share those with you in a couple of days as we come. The first thing I gathered from that dream is that because the US is not my core area, it's not a terrain that I know. Politics is not a terrain that I've so much put myself into. So for me, the key thing I understand from that dream is that I need to move outside the box. So if we need any breakthrough in career-wise, everything that we do, it's time for us to start moving outside the box, because the paradigm in job hunting, the paradigm in career progression has actually changed. That's the first lesson for everyone to get there. First lesson, if you have to progress, if you must make a difference, if you need to go further, if you want to make relevant impact, move outside your current box. Number two, the next thing I learned is that now I needed to make an inaugural speech. For me to make that inaugural speech, somebody in passing by did mention to me that I needed to get a shirt, the type of shirt that I needed to wear. Now, I did not know this person. So what is the lesson there? The lesson number two there is that we need to be very human enough, we need to humble enough to learn. So that's the next lesson. We must be giving to continuous learning. We must look for areas of improving ourselves. No matter how simple it might look, no knowledge is irrelevant. So continuous learning is very important. So that's the second thing. It's changing clothes, getting the right dress up, meaning that continuous learning, we need to adjust our skills. So that's the third point that I got from that dream. We need to adjust our skills so that we are relevant for purpose, we are relevant and fitting the circumstances and the situation. The third thing, that's the third thing. The fourth thing that happened in that dream is that now I needed to go and get my shirt, but where I was going through, I had to pass through ASDA and ask my manager. Now, for those of us who don't know ASDA is a subsidiary of Walmart. It's a retail supermarket in the UK. While I was in the UK studying for my postgraduate certificate, I did work with ASDA. In fact, that was one of my most constant work. So I work as a retail assistant, as a grocery assistant. What I gathered from that dream as it's sending me back with this lofty position is that while we are progressing, while we are getting new forms of learning, we need not forget where we come from. You move out of the box, but use the resources also that were in the box that you are moving out from. Sometimes when some of us move and change, we forget our old friends, we forget our old acquaintances. We try to behave as if the door that we have closed will never again be knocked at. So as you move on, remember that door is a door that you will need to come back to and open at a point in time. As you move along, what you learn in primary school are still fundamental to what you learn in what we learn in secondary school, to what we learn in universities. So that's the point number 4. The point number 4 is that don't forget your past. Use your past experiences. Tell the stories of your past experiences, of your achievement, as you try to move on in the next stage of your career progression. A lot of persons don't think that what we have learned in the past, even the manual rules are important, but these are things that actually build us up. Now, point number 5 that I learned from that dream is when, after I had finished, I got in the right shirt I was looking for, I came out. And in coming out, I left the official vehicle that actually took me to get the shirt, and I was coming back, and I had to ask for an Okada. For those of us who don't know what Okada is, Okada in East Africa we call them boda. In Nigeria we call them Okada. They are commercial motorbikes, and that's supposed to be the cheapest form of motorbike. And I stopped the guy, and I was asking him how much it cost to take me to the place. Now, what I learned from that is that you don't forget the means, the little things that are around you, because they could be also useful in speeding your process. And I was almost running late, so I needed to get back there, speeding your process. So these 5 learning are actually important. They are important in every aspect of our life. They are important in our daily life. They are important in our job, our career progression. Move out of your box. Don't forget the past experiences and past people. Use the experiences and knowledge from your previous box as you are thinking outside a new box. Don't forget, you need to give yourself for continuous learning is important, and then little things matter. You need to be relevant in your current circle, and you need to be relevant. You need to move on. Life is moving. COVID has come. We are in what we call post-COVID era, even though we have new variants, but your responsibility to move on, it's lying there on you. I wish you the best. In the next couple of time, I'm going to have to share with us, unpack all of these 5 strategies that I've also learned, and then we'll see how we can actually apply them to our progress, to making relevant impact in our career pursuit. Thank you so much. My name is Anselm. I am your career breakthrough sidekick, your happiest HR, and I'm so happy that I have you here. I'm so happy. If you feel that these simple tips are important and are very relevant, please share them. Subscribe as I begin to unpack this very learning. And to really tell you the truth, in my alma mater, I did write some of them, and it was so mind-blowing to realize that a simple dream could give us an understanding of how life goes. So thank you so much. I love all of you guys, and then looking forward to see you next.